What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing some Naya counters, mostly because we haven't played this deck in quite a while, and I think there's some cool ways we can mix and match some cards to make this do some really big stuff that should be a whole lot of fun. So we're starting with 3 Erodes because we need some removal, so yeah, Erode's fine, but this could just as well be Get Lost or something. We have a couple of Zakfair. This is one way we can save some key creatures because you can move the counter from Zakfair to something else, and then that thing gets indestructible. We do also have Llanowar Elves because early mana. We do have a lot of things that cost 3, 4, and 5 that we want to get onto the battlefield. A couple of Paw Patch recruits, though I think this spot is the most flexible, so if you wanted another removal spell or some other direct damage or whatever, you could probably fit it in with the spot that these two Paw Patch recruits are taking up. But a Demi of the Silk Shoots. This is the other card that I thought if you leave this up whenever your opponent's trying to get a Day of Judgment or any of the big sweepers off, this could actually be pretty good for you. We do have a couple of NT Seneschal of the Sun because it does put counters and gives our stuff trample, which is very good. However, again, I think if you want to substitute out an NT for another Ademi, I think that would be totally reasonable. We do have Badger Mole Cubs and Intrepid Paleontologist. Now, Intrepid Paleontologist actually has a couple of things here. One, being able to cast any of our cards with different colors. Also giving us colors for another card we're going to talk about in a second. And being able to remove graveyards. Actually has a real role in here, to the point that I would even also possibly remove an NT to play another Intrepid Paleontologist. We have one Agent Bishop, Man in Black. Now, this is another one that could be removed if we feel we need the Paleontologist, so we'll watch this through the video. But obviously, just putting counters on a bunch of stuff really has extra value. Like Adam Pakal. If this gets extra counters, obviously we get more creatures, so that's good. Same thing with Ouroboros. We get to bump the team. But one of those other cards, which is why we also like having the Intrepid Paleontologist in here, is Wild Growth Archaic. So that way we could just pay and get 4 different colors. It comes in with 4 counters, and we just get a bigger creature for what it's trying to do. But additionally, we can also play Halana and Elena. If it enters the battlefield with extra counters, we get more stuff. If we put counters on it with Agent of Bishop, we get to deal more damage. And also, note that when you have the Wild Growth Archaic and you have something like Ouroboros or Halana and Elena, you can always tap your other sources for any color, right? So we could pay red, green, white, and something if we have the Paleontologist or the lands to pay for it and get 4 colors out of this. Then we also have Elspeth because putting counters and coming over the top is always still just good, and this is another card that works well in the control matchups. But yeah, quick reminder. If you're going to do any shopping for Magic cards, check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. Why? Because you can save 5% on whatever you put in your cart over there if you just use my code DRAGON at checkout. It's DRAGN. You save some money, and they keep supporting the channel, so I can keep making you more videos. But alright, let's go see if this pile of counters actually does anything. Whew, boy. I'm going to mulligan this, actually. I got greedy. Got greedy and gonna get punished. But you know what? We're gonna keep it anyway. Let's gamble. Do as I say, not as I do. You're supposed to mulligan this hand and go to 5. Alright, we got away with a little bit here. Put that on human. Alright. Does help having a Caverns Soul already if we're going to be against a control pile. Oh, no. This is a Synthesizer pile, it looks like. Interesting. Then I think I just want to play Paw Patch Recruit, because if they get rid of the board, we don't want to lose our only mana. Because they could just as well like Star Cage, which would be very bad. But we at least get to keep Adam Pakal. No Star Cage. Alright. Sure. And then the board gets swept. That's usually how this goes. If they don't, though, even if they have Synthesizer, it doesn't do anything. Yep. Draw a card, go get you a synthesizer, and we have a bajillion duders. Yep. 3 mana creatures don't go away. Yeah, don't let this be an example. I got a little lucky on this draw. Alright, there goes Anam Pakal. Sure. Boop, boop. Go attacking. Alright, Fabrication Foundry. Synthesizer. I mean, they're at 3 and they got to deal with 2 creatures, and both of them are lethal. Yep, that's going to do it. Wow. Yeah, this is just an example of getting lucky. Like, that's all that was. But, you know, we take those. It's not always pretty, but you take the ones you can get. Ooh, so we kind of have every color. Just not the way we necessarily are looking for it. Should I just play Wild Growth Archaic for 2? Oh, I actually can't, because I don't have a second green. That's mildly concerning. Alright. End the turn. We'll flash in one of our Ademi of the Silk Shoots. Ooh. Alright. This can go on human. And we'll just play this for 3 mana. Only getting 2 colors. Alright. Blue and green. Sure, this guy gives hexproof as well, so that's something else to keep in mind. How do we get got here? Let's try to attack. You can have a Malcolm, I guess. Sure. We will gladly part with that. Not even using that card up. You are welcome to have that. Cornucopia, sure. Another Ademi. Which comes in with bonus counters. Now we'll start looking at things we can do. And attacking with this, this, and this. Leaving our mana up. Alright, opponent goes to 4. Yep, that'll do. Oh, man, come on. I can't keep this because we don't have anything until turn 3, and we don't even have red mana for that. That's tough. That's a brutal one to have to throw back. That hand was so close to being good. There's a bunch of different ways it could have turned out okay. None of those were them. Gonna shelter away my paleontologists? No. They're not. Oh. This is a thing. What if... Turn that on. I mean, I don't know what we would do with this much mana, really. I'm gonna do the thing, but, like... I don't really know to what end. Silly as that sounds. Leaving up the paleontologists, so maybe if they don't have another land and they try to shelter, we could just respond. Yeah, speaking of which, there you go, just like that. They do get a 3rd land out the deal, but it is tapped. Alright, now let's just find one of our big creatures. We got everything we wanted, and we didn't get the payoff. Darn it. All right, well, do what we can do, I guess. I mean, I'm sure they'll have a shelter or something else now, but, I mean, here's what it is. What are we going to do? Nope. No, come on, man. Seriously? Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, we can't even attack. Yeah, it sucks. Because we know they have the protection spell of any kind. Like, there's nothing we can really do there. Yep, you got it. All right, come on, be something. Oh, man. You're kidding. I think, did we even draw non-land? I think we've only drawn land so far this game. Oh, that's so brutal. All right. Here you go, man. I got to do something. I can't just sit here. Wow, they're not even blocking. That's brutal. They could have got value from blocking with the Enduring Innocence. They're like, nah, I'm good. That's how we know we're cooked. Opponent can do whatever they want here. Yeah, all right. We'll just give them the GGs. I mean, I say that. I guess like an Elspeth might be a thing. Would be like the one way we at least have a chance. Like, I don't think a road's gonna do anything. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We drew it, but it doesn't do anything here. That sucks. It's just the wrong card. Alright. I guess we attack with just these? Yeah, I don't see a way we get out of this. Like, we literally drew land, 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 a road. Like, that's not a winning combination, let me tell you. Oh, wait, are they gonna try to protect the Enduring? Wow, okay, we do get a chance to get out of trouble. I didn't think we were gonna have a shot at all. Opponent could have just rode that to the finish line. And we get a Badger Mole back? Trading that land for a Badger Mole and getting rid of a flyer, best exchange we could have made. By far. They do gain more life and stuff, so it's not like the game's winnable yet at this point, but it's at least a situation that matters. Whereas before, we were basically dead. All right, Survivor. What other spells you got? I'm sure there's something. But they did have the Shard Mage's Rescue, so we were right in not walking into that earlier. But we need something significant. I don't know if an Ouroboros by itself is good enough. Elspeth obviously is very good. Halana and Elena wouldn't be bad. Yep, sure. You got it. I mean, you take something just to take it. It's not like we desperately need the mana or anything, but... Yeah, I'll just take the 5. Like, if you draw the thing that gives your creature flying and you just beat me next turn, so be it. Oh, Inti. Yeah, that's just not going to cut it. Ugh, I mean, maybe they just have Shard Mage's Rescues and lands in hand. I don't know. That's possible. Are we attacking with lands again just to test the waters? I'll attack with one of them. I don't have anything to discard, obviously. All right. We should not be in this game. And I don't think we really are. I mean, they just need to give either of their creatures flying and just bash us for the last couple of points, right? It's probably all they're looking for. Because that's what I would do. Can attack or block. Sure. You got it. Interesting card to play, but alright. Well, there goes NT plans, I guess. I mean, at this point, are we just blocking to kill this thing? I kind of want to chump block, but I feel like if we don't, we're just never going to have a chance to get rid of it, so sure. Why not? We're already limited on options we can draw here anyway, so whatever happens, happens, I guess. Hey, look who showed up way too late. Only good news is I could attack with the land, get the counter on Anam Pakal. All right. Okay. I mean, we're still only at 5. So there's a billion ways we still lose here, right? Opponent attacks, we block with the land. They go up to 30-something. We can attempt to attack, make some tokens, but then we just have nothing, so we need to draw something significant here. Yeah, I was going to say, if I'm the opponent, I'm attacking. Like, just put us in a spot where we don't have a choice. And it looks like there's another, whatever that thing is, the Shard Mage's Rescue or whatever. Yep. All right, we can give him the GGs. We already knew what was coming. Like, we're not winning that. Okay, we got to keep it. Eventually, we will either need red mana or need the Paleontologist to live. But that is a problem for future us, I suppose. All right, what do we got going on? Quantum Riddler. Yep, yep. Boy, there's a decision to be made here on... Because, like, if we go I guess we have to go Paleontologist because there's a chance we just Elspeth next turn. And I'm playing the Paw Patch Recruit now because if we do play Elspeth, we'll have to tap all of our creatures to cast it. And I at least get one blocker for Elspeth. I mean, obviously we can make tokens, but really have a little bit of something to work with. Another Riddler. And a Pixie to bounce the Riddler. All right. Let's just attack with the Paw Patch Recruit. See if they'll trade. Excellent. Nope, they changed their mind. Darn it. They must have heard me. All right. Well, we'll do what we can. Now, they could play a couple of spells, get into Elspeth for a bunch, which would suck. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. Yep. All right. I mean, they could also just make more bodies, which is also reasonable. But they decided to pump their team to threaten Elspeth, which I don't blame them. Well, now, if we plus Elspeth, we do risk her dying, because they could just Riddler plus something, so I think we just go here. And then next, we will attack. We still have 3 lands with the Demi, so that's mostly fine. Okay, opponent just gives up. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. Doesn't have the mana creatures and stuff we would like, but it's functional. Sometimes that's all you can ask for. All right. What do we got? Thunder Magic. All right, that's a card. Best turn. Thunder Magic. Ooh, okay. That's a card to keep an eye out for. Didn't know that was even going to be a thing. Yeah, sure. I'll just put Elspeth over there. I don't think I'm going to get to a point where we're actually going to get to use that right now. Oh, just as I say that, lands are going to start coming up roses. Playing that instead of Animpa Call first so that we can still just attack and get a little bit of value. How dead are we? Okay, Emberheart Challenger doesn't get us too dead. Sure, they have some ways to pump. Okay, there's shelters. Makes sense. All right, you got it. Oh no, and we have to take damage? That's brutal. Well, any real spell from their side and we lose. All right, well they have something, so I guess it's game over. We need something more active. That marginally fits the bill. So, all right, I'm gonna get rid of Recruit. Mostly because the first line of Werewolf might just die and want some options to do other things. Pay the 2 life. All right, they're doing the for real all the life gain. Okay. We're going to play Starting Town. Played this guy for 3 counters? They could also just shelter or something here. Like, you know, if they do, they do. All right, well now they're at 27, so they get the bonus. The added benefits, if you will. Okay, well the good news is we at least drew lands as needed. So that's kind of nice. Why are you wanting to tap that way, Arena? Just let me take... Like... Oh, wait, are you just trying to give me every color? No, but even then, why are we trying to tap the... Oh, because you want me to get every color. I see. So I have to manually tap this for a color. I see what you're trying to do, Arena. Kind of sharp. You understood the assignment, and I didn't. I'm just debating if I'm going to be running this Archaic into... Sanctifier or not. I'm gonna say or not, and just hope they don't have a Sheltered by Ghosts. Looks like they might though. Oh, Raph and Leo. Whoa. That's something. Wasn't expecting to see that. That's definitely a change of pace. This is also very good. So we can do red, green, white, something. So we get 3 counters. Love that for us. Put the counters on... Man, that's a 6? I guess we put all the counters on Animpa Call and just Be a menace, huh? I mean, we could go with big paleontologist, but this just makes more sense. If you want to trade 2 things for it, so be it. We're accepting of that. Uh-oh. What insane thing's about to happen? Okay, alright. Channeler, we can live with. And we have their life total low enough that even a shelter's not super scary. Because they get rid of Animpakal, like, fine. We still have Alana and Elena. And we have 10 1/1s they also have to deal with. Alright. Nothing else seems to be relevant. Let's put counters on this knucklehead and everybody in the pool, I guess. I'll let you figure it out. The 9/9 tramples, at least. Man, this is crazy. When the opponent was at 30-some life. Whew. Yeah. I think we're okay. Yeah, sure. Some amount of damage and the rest goes over. Got him. Woo. Got to see the good interaction between Archaic and the other cards, though. Like, all those extra counters really did make a difference. All right, let's keep it. Feels like we're going to need a few things to go our way, but this Duress can have an Elspeth. Oh. Yeah, still going to get an Elspeth. Not the way I thought they were going to get it, but they still get it. All right, what's next on the agenda? All right. Well, that's tough. Pass a turn. Sure. Okay, we'll try, but I have a feeling a deadly cover-up is on the horizon. Oh, Preacher. Hadn't seen anybody drag one of them bad boys out in a while. That's cool. Yeah, we'll go with another Wild Growth Archaic, I guess. Well, it doesn't matter to pay more than 3 anyway. We only have 3 colors. All right, pass the turn. Delian fell, sure.
My job is to teach. Yours is to learn.
You want to draw a card, opponent. Darn it. They're setting up for the sweeper. All right. We know what's coming. Yep. I guess we gotta do it. Sucks to suck, but what are we gonna do? Oh, wait, is this enough to kill the opponent? Oh! No, it's not. That's 24 minus 4s. Oh, wait, it's exactly... Yeah, we have 1 more than we need. Wow, I forgot we get 2 sets of tokens from on the Ouroboros. I almost missed that. Wow, what a way to get there. I wonder if we had played Animpakal would have got... One of them had 9 or 6 counters on it. The other one had 3. But we get it for the number of colors we have in here, right? So we would have paid 3 colors. We would have got 6 counters. They would have attacked for 3. 6 is 10, 9, 10. Yeah, we wouldn't have been close. This was the only way we could get there. Wow. Sorry, opponent. That just was kind of out of nowhere. Mulligan. Keep? don't know which way I want to go. Let's do this. Stomping Ground. Let's try Paleontologist. It will likely get countered, because there's been so many of these mono blue counter decks lately. Yep. Not a surprise. Alright. I mean, we'll play through it, but we kind of know how this is going to end up. Let's play this guy with just 2 counters on it. Or 1 counter on it. Oh, you ran out of counters that quick? Oh, you were supposed to have more counter spells there. Look at you. So what's in your hand? Has to be draw spells then, right? Ops and stuff? Nope, Flood Maws. Sure. I mean, I think they have the whole game plan of just get down to play the bounce all your stuff, Sunderflock guy or whatever, but, you know, it's like, if they do, they do. Let's play... I think we do the same thing, but this time for 3 colors. And then this for 1. And then we'll see what happens from here. Or maybe this is some budget version, just playing Tolarian Terror. Because most of them are not playing Terror, they're playing the Eddie Merc Crab. Oh, here's the stock up for more action. This is kind of a weird hand right now, too, because if we play Inti, I kind of don't want to discard anything. Because I want access to... Oh. Alright, I'm going to take it. I guess this means they are playing Eddie Merc Crab, because why else are you attacking here? Oh, that's a fun option. Huh. Let's test the water. Go attacking? Well, what the hell does that mean? Let's put this on human? I mean, it's possible they just left up a counter of some kind. I'm trying to think about what would you have taken. Yeah, you can't counter it. Have fun with that. So I'm assuming they did just get a spell counter of some kind. Creature or enchantment spell. What's the other part of that? Return 1 or 2 creatures or enchantments you own to owner's hand. Alright. Opponent says they are wanting to attack. Sure, no blocks. If you get me, you get me. Another terror, sure. Try to play a Demi of the Silk Shoots during your end step. Kind of, sort of trying to bait them into a counter there. So that we could sneak through the Elspeth. But the opponent didn't bite. That's fine. Alright. We do have to be careful because there is an actual Eddie Merc Crab hanging out with the Tolarian Terrors. We are in trouble. But if we get them to spend some amount of mana here so they can't counter the Elspeth, then we just drop Elspeth and we're solid. Okay, something's happening. Is this Eddie Merc Crab time? It is! Look at that. Good to know when you're right, you know? Let's just go ahead and try to size up these other bodies. Opponent's at 14. You have one card. You played 2 into the Flood Maws already. I feel like we could get away with attacking with one of these. No, because you still have a 5/5 in the way. Yeah, never mind. It had to be both or none there to force through some damage. Let's just make the tokens. All right. We got what we wanted. We got Elspeth down. So now they have to deal with Elspeth on top of everything else. So they would need an answer to Elspeth and an Eddie Merc Crab to not take enough damage. So let's just see what happens. You got 2 cards. I'm assuming one is a drawing or counter. I don't know what the other one would be. All right. Speaking of, there's the stock up. So you have 3 cards. I mean, if you attack, we block. And then I guess if you have another Eddie Merc Crab, we just give everything flying and I don't know. Really? All right. I'm down. Elspeth can take a point. Or go to a point. Enough provocations. Yeah, we're just gonna make more bodies. It's not worth it because there's a chance to just have another Eddie Merc Crab, so just do anything else there would be silly. See, told you. So no real benefit. We will just make these larger, so now they are threatening blockers. Opponents at 10, 14. We could attack for 10, but we're only at 8 and they have 2 cards. Yeah, attacking's still not good. I'm going to hold a land just for future NT considerations. Oh, if we would have... No, we'd only been able to do 11. I was thinking if we attacked, we get the +1 from NT, but that's not nearly enough. Now, if the opponent somehow, like, taps down 2 things, bounces a thing... Well, I guess that doesn't really work either, because we could always just sacrifice a Demi. Yeah, we're probably okay here. I mean, I guess they get another Eddie Merc Crab, but at that point, we should have enough damage. Wild way to get a win. But they've done everything they wanted to do, right? They got to counter a couple things, they bounced a couple of things, they got their good draw spells, they tapped a bunch of stuff down with Eddie Merc Crabs, and we're still in it, hanging strong. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do here. They have 3 cards, 3 mana. We are only at 8, though, so they don't have to force through a lot. There might be some trickery for them. If not, though, this should be it. I mean, you can't Sunderflock from here, right? I mean, you could just attack into us, see if we make some bad blocks or something. Wouldn't be the craziest thing. Yep, sometimes you just got to see if your opponent will make the mistake that you need. So let's block the ones that count as elementals, just in case. We will block. Yeah. I'm just thinking if you tap down a 4 and a 5, you would have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 1 from Inti. Even if you had another Eddie Merc Crab plus the counters from the recruit. Yeah, all right. What you want to do? I mean, this apparently was a big deal to them. They were waiting for me to block to see what they were going to do, I guess. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. I'm sacking a Demi. Plus, even if this plan doesn't go right, us just having more 1/1s to block with just means I can't punch through. But whatever they're going to do, they have to do now. Okay, they're going to let everything happen. All right, that feels like the best case scenario for us. Or at least close to it. Because now, even if there's a Sunderflock, these things are whatever. All right. So, let's start by finding out what you have over there. Oh, so it does count the 3 colors. So we get a really big Paw Patch recruit. Love that. All right, cool. Yeah, that's a fun win. I am not upset at that at all, because that's a deck you see quite a lot. And they went through a lot of cards, did pretty much everything they wanted to do, and we were still able to get a win. Partly because we can just make creatures so big that you take away some of the effectiveness of their 5/5s. You know, thank you, Wild Growth Archaic. All right, before we get into talking about how this deck performed overall, there's a couple of things I do want to note. The first is that I played a couple of games against the 4-color control decks and a couple of games against the Reanimator piles, and it was just 50-50. Literally split them down the middle, and that's fine, but I ended up making a decision that I'm just not going to include them in videos for the rest of the season unless they're particularly good, because pretty much every game against the Reanimator decks is either I get my cards that remove stuff from a graveyard and they don't do much of anything, or I don't and they just do their thing and the games are over, and those aren't fun for you to watch. Kind of the same thing with the control decks, right? They try to sweep the board, I get like an Endemi, I protect all my creatures, I attack for lethal, and nothing else really happens, right? Or the games take 25, 35 minutes to get to its outcome, and we're not including those in the video anyway because they just take away from y'all getting to see other stuff. So just letting y'all know, I'll probably just do like, hey, here's how it performed against these particular decks, and just give you that update in the closing of each video, and that's probably just going to be it. Just because those, as we're realizing, just don't do much for viewership, and there's really no need to include them. But y'all can let me know if you think I'm crazy, right? Like, do you want me to still try to include, I guess, a couple of each of those or not? Does it really matter? Do you like seeing the other games you got to see? Let me know down in the comments, because this is toward the end of the season where you've seen a lot of decks, so I'm trying to include some different stuff. But that said, I do think this is a really, really fun pile of cards. The only card I caught myself, well, I guess technically 2 cards, I caught myself questioning a little bit. The first is Inti. While Inti is good and does allow some of our stuff to trample, which is important, and, you know, it does draw cards. It does a lot of things, but we just had a lot of times where it was just like barely not the right card. So, not sure how I feel about it. Could just be overthinking it. But for now, I'm going to leave it in the final list. That'll be over on Moxfield, like usual. But if you wanted to replace the Intis with like 1 more Paleontologist and 1 more Wild Growth Archaic, I think those would be reasonable, just for the versatility that the Paleontologist provides and the extra counters from the Wild Growth Archaic. The other thing about playing this card too is you don't always have to get value. Like, obviously, you love when you can play it for 3 mana on turn 2 and get a 3/3, and it's awesome. Even better if you draw it later and can get it to a 4/4. But it just existing as a 1/1 is good enough, right? It just allows everything after that to be, okay, here's 2 counters, here's 3 counters, here's 4 counters. And that just has so much value. Because remember, it has nothing to do with the number of counters on the Archaic. It just has to do with the number of colors you use to cast the thing you're casting. Card that overperformed, I think, was a Demi of the Silk Shoots. Just opened up the gates for so many cool things to happen. I wasn't expecting this card to be that impressive, but when you're talking about those control matchups or whatever, totally understand if you want to play another Demi. I mean, we could even argue, if you want to, that these 2 Intis and the Agent Bishop could be another Demi, another Intrepid Paleontologist, and another Wild Growth Archaic. The only downside to that is if you are playing against, what is that thing? Star Cage, then you lose all the 2 mana things, so having some 3 mana stuff does help at times. And Erode is okay. It came in handy a couple of times when we needed it. It's one of those things, you have to be careful when you play it, but you can also play it on your own stuff. That's the other thing too, right? When you get stuck on mana, you can just be like, you know what? I just really need to get this Elspeth on the battlefield. End of your turn, get rid of my own, I don't know, Paw Patch Recruit or whatever, and then go ahead, get Elspeth, try to get the win, right? So there's some trickery to the card that makes it still worth playing. Just keep some of those things in mind. But overall, yeah, fun pile of cards. Like I said, I think I'm going to think about NT, if NT gets to stay or not, because with those other problematic matchups, having some more stuff for graveyards, more stuff to protect your stuff from, you know, Just Guys, Revelation, all that stuff, it's important. It's important. We don't want to overlook that. But yeah, this was a fun pile of cards. It's a blast. I'll probably be playing it a little bit more. But yeah, link over on Moxfield like always. It's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.